when you're up to bat first, you're hoping to get 250 plus, maybe even 300 with the kind of batting lineup that they had. But as we were talking earlier on in the pre-game show, that if India kept Labuschagne and Smith batting for some time, then they had a better chance of controlling how many runs the Australians scored. Because both these batters are wonderful batters at the test level, but look at the number of deliveries they have taken to score those runs, 46 in 71 deliveries for Smith and 27 of 41 deliveries by Labuschagne. So that actually tells you that, they slowed it down just a little bit in the middle, which is where the Indian bowlers could get on top.
The question then that comes to my mind is, was the pitch conducive to stroke making? Could they have batted a bit quicker in the conditions that were on offer?
Definitely. I think they could have used their feet. They could have tried to do something different. Jadeja was a different story altogether because he's so flat, he's so quick through the air and off the pitch. Not easy to go down the pitch to him. But to the others, when you look at the others, they certainly could have done that.
We've also got alongside Sunil Gavaskar, Suresh Raina also joining us on the show. Suresh, I know that it seems like a very low total, but we've seen that it was a tricky sort of a pitch, something that Rohit Sharma also alluded to at the toss. Do you have any worries, any question marks whether India can chase it down or not?
I think Rohit Sharma did a brilliant captaincy. He played three spinner, and the way he rotated the spinner, I think it was amazing. He bring Ashwin in power play, then he got Kuldeep Yadav, then he gave ball to Jadeja. I think he did three of the spinner. I think they've done a fantastic job. I think Australia was not looking like they were playing, aggressive cricket. They are not able to rotate the strike in the middle overs. I think that was brilliancy of Rohit Sharma captaincy today.
Just to add on to that, Suresh, was the pitch really that tough, or did the Australian batters didn't apply themselves?
I played there since 2006. I played each and every season there. I know how difficult wicket that was. I think it's not easy. And Jadeja and Ashwin played a lot of matches there. They know how to contain the run rate with their dot balls. I think that's what made the difference. Our spinner bowled a lot of dot balls. That's why they're not able to rotate the strike.
We heard from Suresh there saying that the pitch wasn't really easy. So I was just looking at a few records. The last time the World Cup was in India in 2011, England actually defended 171 or 77, if I'm not mistaken, against South Africa. So they defended a very low total. Should we be concerned at all, or do you think, no, this isn't a total that's going to intimidate the Indian batters?
No, look, I think in a game of cricket, anything can happen. But with the kind of batting depth, batting ability that India has, and the experience of playing on Indian pitches, this is your home pitch in a way. So clearly, I think 199 shouldn't be a problem. I'm hoping that India wins it in a canter, say with maybe about 10, 15 overs to spare. You don't want to go berserk just like that. But maybe if you win with 10, 12 overs to spare, it helps for your net run rate as well.
The only reason that, for us sitting here on the outside, you could make out that it was a tough pitch, because I saw some close-ups of the ball towards the end of the innings when Jasprit Bumrah was bowling, and it looked like a 45-over-old ball. Usually, now you have two new balls, so it doesn't get older than 25, but it looked like from the old days, 40, 45-over-old ball, which tells you how dry or rough the pitch might just be.
It would be this time of the year, because there's not been much rain there as well. So I think, the ball landing on the pitch will will make it a lot rougher. But I don't think that should be something that should worry the Indian team. They need to get off to a good start, obviously. Nothing like getting off to a good start. It doesn't always mean a good start is about 100 plus. But you get off to a 60 for no loss kind of start. And there is no pressure here. Now we're talking about scoring 200 runs. It's 4 runs and over. So no pressure at all in a 50 overs game. So all that they need to do is, just apply themselves, get some time out in the middle. This is the first match of the tournament. You've got 8 more matches to go in the group stage, in the round robin format. So get some time out of the middle for Rohit Sharma in particular. Like him to stick around right till the end, because that is so important. He hasn't got the runs that we know he's capable of, and we are hoping he's kept it for this tournament. All the centuries he's kept for this tournament, and maybe he can start with one today.
Okay, that is how the Indian batters would also be hoping for, to have a good start, to get some runs under their belt. Suresh still with us. Just looking at the star performer today was, of course, Ravindra Jadeja, picking up 3 wickets, just giving away 28 runs in his quota of 10 overs. What was the secret recipe for his success today? What are the things Suresh he did right today?
Ravindra Jadeja, that's what we call him, Sir Jadeja. He's been bowling really well in Chepauk Stadium. The way he bowled very quick in between the overs, it never gave chance to the batters. I think he's been bowling stump to stump. His trajectory is very difficult to read. I think once he gets stunned from the wicket, I think he's unplayable. His bowling is amazing.
Sahiba, the fact that he plays all his cricket at the Chepauk might have helped him as well to understand the particular lengths that you need to bowl here. I was looking at that, the pitch map, and almost 90% of the deliveries landed in good length area.
Yes, he's very accurate, and that can sometimes go against a bowler, particularly on a pitch where there is not much turn, because the batter knows this is the area that he's going to bowl, so maybe he can line him up accordingly. But if there is a little grip and turn like he got today, then he's almost impossible to play. Unplayable he was, because he bowls at a flatter trajectory. On a flatter trajectory, where if you try and go out, in the ball turns, you could be stumped. You're going to be in no man's land. So I think that is one of the reasons why he's so successful on pitches where there is a little bit of turn. You can't go down the pitch at all. Spinners, the moment you start going down the pitch, they try and shorten your leg. Then you can cut them or you can pull them. But he doesn't allow them to do that.
That's a very interesting point. Flatter, quicker, so it's very tough to do that against him. Sometimes we just look at the wickets column and we see he's the most successful bowler. But I'm just even looking at the quality of wickets. That Steve Smith dismissal, do you think that was the turning point? Because Smith is a batter who, if he bats long, they get 260, 70. It's tricky then.
Exactly. Look, I've seen him, this was the pitch where the ball did turn a little bit, not prodigiously, but turned a little bit. I've seen him get Michael Clarke, who was at the top of his batting form 2013. He got him out in Mohali. Exactly similar kind of ball, didn't turn as much, but just enough to hit the top of the off stump. He actually, I've seen him get the best of batters out, hitting the top of the off stump. Brilliant, what do you call, peach deliveries. Jaffa, peach deliveries, whatever you call it. The best of batters would struggle to play those kind of deliveries.
Okay, one thing is the Indian bowling, and as you pointed out, they were outstanding, especially Ravindra Jadeja. But just to look at the Australian batting, they were 2 down for 110 odd in the 27 overs, then lose 5 wickets in the next few overs just for 30 runs. Looking at the shots of what Maxwell played against Kuldeep Yadav, would there be question marks on their commitment? Because now you've not had a great start, you'd want to bat deep, but that sort of intent wasn't also shown by the Australian batter.
And why did that happen? Because yes, it looked good, 110 for 2, as you say, but the overs had gone. At 110 for 2 is something that you look in modern day cricket, at least in the 15th or the 16th over or the 18th over. Here we're talking about the 27th, 28th over. So you're talking about 8-9 overs which Smith and Labuschagne had taken, which meant that the guys coming later, recognizing that we need to have 250 on the board, would try to do something different. Now, on a pitch where there was nothing happening, it was possible. When on a pitch where there's something happening, tough.
Suresh Raina still with us. Suresh, there were question marks over India's fielding in the Asia Cup. We saw a few below average performances. What did you make of the overall fielding effort today?
We fielded really well as a unit. Virat Kohli stopped those brilliant covers. Then Hardik Pandya saved a couple of fours from the covers. And Ravindra Jadeja, especially Ishan Kishan. I think Ishan Kishan, when Marnus was playing the lap shot, he was running from square leg to deep fine leg and saving those extra 1 or 2 runs. That's made the difference. Indian fielding looked very energetic today, and they were there for the full purpose to win the World Cup.
Suresh Raina, brilliant fielder himself, just talking about India's fielding effort today. Saibhai, what did you see in terms of any changes that the fielders made today? Because, Asia Cup, we saw a lot of drop catches, fielding really not up to the mark. There were question marks going into the World Cup. But come the first game, they were on top of their mark.
And you know what happens in such a situation? It's always the standard set. And the standard was set by Kohli's catch. That first catch in the initial overs, that brilliant, absolutely, to its left, he's a right-hander, diving to his left, brilliant catch. The ball was travelling, it was travelling because, Bumrah was bowling quick. Now that set the standard, that lifts everybody up. One brilliant piece of fielding. It could be diving stop or something, not necessarily a catch, but a diving stop. That can lift the whole team up. And this was a wicket of a dangerous batter, Mitchell Marsh. Mitchell Marsh's father in 1987, in the same game, India versus Australia, 1987 Reliance World Cup, got 100. So maybe he must have been saying, let me do what my father did. Sorry, buddy, Kohli was there.
That's right. Jeff Marsh, the Australian opener. I remember that pairing of Marsh and Boone would get a lot of runs. Sahi Bhai, of course, has played with those two gentlemen. But today wasn't going to be a day for any Marsh, as you saw that fantastic catch by Virat Kohli. But since Sahi Bhai talks about that catch, Suresh, you fielded in the slips as well. You were an infielder too. What is it that made that catch very special?
That catch was amazing. I think it's not easy to, when you're standing in first slip and you always have that error from the wicket keeper. I think KL Rahul let that ball go, and Virat Kohli, we've seen that in the practice video yesterday. He took a lot of catches in the under lights. That's what made the difference. I think Virat has a very good agility on the left as well as on the right. And what a catch it was. I think that changed the momentum for us. And Mitchell Marsh, how important wicket that was for us.
Right, Sahi Bhai, you wanted to say something.
I just want to say, and I think Suresh will probably have something to say on this, is when you're having slip catching practice, what happens is, when you're having practice, the fielder, the coach, fielding coach, whoever is giving you the catch practice, is opening the face of the bat, opening the face of the bat. So to an extent, you are anticipating in that cordon, in the slips, practice-wise. When you get in a match, it's the edge. It's not an open face bat. It's not coming off the middle of the bat. And therefore, sometimes the speed at which it comes is not easy to judge. And therefore, to take that catch, because look, I don't know whether we saw the split second that it took to reach him, to be able to get his hands there, and he took it in a nice, nice, comfortable way in the sense.
Very clean.
Very clean. It wasn't like juggling. Yeah. Perfectly going, to that ball. Amazing. Amazing. Absolutely fantastic.
Outstanding catch. And as Sahi Bhai said, that actually set the tone for how India then would perform on the field.